Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 6 of my full platinum walkthrough for the Demon's Souls remake. If you want to know what's going on here, if this is your first video, check out the first video. It'll be in the top corner now. You can go there and watch that and I will explain exactly what we're doing in this full playthrough. I'm showing every single step you need for the platinum. Yes, there's a breakdown there, what to expect basically, 1.5 playthroughs, etc, etc. We are going to 4-1, also known as Island's Edge now. Which is in Shrine of Storms. But before we do that, I want Soul Arrow back. I've changed my mind. We're going to use Soul Arrow. No need for the Flame spell in this one. So we want Soul Arrow and Soul Ray. So we're just going to replace these with this guy. So you speak to him and then go to Attune Magic. And then you get rid of Flame Toss and put Soul Arrow back. It's just going to be better, I think, for the cheapness of the spell as well. It's going to give you more options. Better than Flame Toss. We'll use that later on in 5-1 probably, but for now we're just going to go here. So you've been here already. This is where we got the Crescent falchion from, the sword that we're using. Things will be a lot easier this time though. So when you spawn in, there's going to be a skeleton right ahead of you. Shield up all the time in this area, all the time. They shouldn't be able to get through with the shield that we have, but if you circle their non-weapon arm, so usually their left arm, you can set yourself up for a free hit or a backstab. If you want, you can try and hit them with a spell before they come down, but saving your magic, your MP meter is going to be preferable really. So yeah, just let them bounce off your shield if you want. Unless they do a wind up, you'll be able to tell when they do a wind up move. They're going to take a moment to hit you. That will kind of shield break you, that will push you back. So this one here, that would have pushed me back entirely if that had connected, but it didn't. So yeah, just get the backstab and get rid of him. And watch for this guy up here, because he can hurt with the arrows he's using there. I think they're faith arrows or white arrows or something. So just lure them down one by one like we did originally, and try and get the backstab. And finish them off. One left before we get the archer. So something I haven't mentioned yet is invading. At the end of the last video we got the Black Eye Stone for invading and for getting help with bosses. You need to be in human form to get help. So we don't want to be in human form. So you shouldn't be at a point where you need help with any of these bosses anyway. So that Holy Arrow, that's the one. So yeah, and don't invade anybody or anything like that, because it can wreck character tendency, so just don't bother with it. Just leave it entirely. So these two lock on to these, and then you'll be able to hit. You might need to step back a bit and just hit them. So you're going to one hit those with the Soul Ray, and then collect these up. Yeah, so don't be tempted to go and wreck somebody else's day, because you'll probably just go and wreck your own day by doing character tendency, by invading other people. We will be doing it because we need to do it for a trophy, but we're going to leave that. Talisman of the God. Talismans are for using miracles. We are not going to use miracles, so that's fine. There's a couple of decent ones. Heal's okay, but it's just not worth setting up for it. So watch out for this trap again. We've been here already, so you should remember. That other item you saw over the wall a moment ago, we'll get that later. It's a ring. We need to go all the way around for that. So don't worry. This is where the sword was that we are currently using. So we'll just finally kill him. So you can see how much easier it is with Soul Ray now. 3 and done. But it does use a lot of MP. So always get your sword back out, so it's regenning all the time. And you can also put the Fragrant Ring on, whichever you want to do, if you know you've got some downtime coming up, to speed the process up. I'm going to leave it though. So I'm going to climb up here, take care of this guy. So you can see these things flying around, these big sky cows. They're the big flying manta rays basically. Yeah, they can get pretty annoying, so you need to keep them under check, because they do attack. This one's not going to, but I'm going to try and hit it. Whenever one flies nice and quick there, nice and close there, should I say, hit it with a spell. Even just the lowest spell is good enough. You don't need to use Soul Ray. I did just forget to pick a key up then because I was just trying to hit that Sky Cow. So we'll get that in a moment when he's come back this way anyway. So yeah, there is a key down there. If you're following along, don't jump straight down there. There's a trap I'll need to show you. Make sure you don't stand on it. Just be careful if you do go down. But I will go back, don't worry. The copper key is down there. Yeah, fighting these guys in a tunnel like this is not the best. Because obviously you're going to hit the wall and then they're going to get you. And yeah, it's a pain. So maybe draw it out into the open if you're having any problems. And because we are just exploring, I'm going to switch to Crescent, Moongrass, just the weaker one. Got plenty of time to heal. We're taking on one enemy at a time, so we'll be fine. Skeleton to the right. Make sure he doesn't get the drop on you. And then there's going to be an illusionary wall ahead of me. So this is a shortcut. So you will have noticed the first ever boss is waiting for us in the middle of that courtyard. Or it's not. It's actually not actually the same one. It's a different one. Yeah, he's waiting for us. That's a shortcut around the back of him, but we're actually going to go and kill him because it's very easy. And get some souls from him. And he does have a boss soul. He is a mini boss. It's not that one we're going to need. This one was giving me some trouble for some reason. But don't use it because we may need it for something. But it's not one we need for a spell. We don't need it to purchase anything, so don't worry. But definitely do not use it. Put it away once we get it. Leave it with Stockpile Thomas. There we go. We're just going to go grab this. That's the archer from before. There you can see him down there. We'll go and get him in a minute. So round here is Sparkly. This is a crow that you don't actually see, but you can trade with her. I think it's a her. We're not going to do any trading yet. I'm just going to show you where she is. So up in that nest. Basically, you drop an item here, and she will... drop an item, so drop, not discard, drop an item, quit out the game, come back in, and there will be something different there depending on what you drop. So there's a crystal lizard here, so quickly jump down here because you want this crystal lizard. And the one after a bit later on as well. Be sure to get these. I'm going to miss the second one because it gets alerted too soon. I don't know why, but you definitely want this one because it's going to drop Moonshadestones, which is what we need to upgrade the sword we're using, the Crescent falchion. It deals with Crescent upgrades. So that's what we need. You need 4. By the end of this episode, we can purchase them from someone at the end. I got 3 then. We need 4 in total, so we can get the first upgrade. And then after that, we need a chunk, which if you're lucky, you might get one. So yeah, hopefully you do. If you do, you can do the upgrade after the one I do, but that's all later on. So I've gone back round, picked up these Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, and now I'm going to realise that I have forgotten the key from before, so I'm just going to go and get that. There's also an item here. That is a random drop. That might not be here for you. The copper key. We need to release a merchant, an NPC. He's not one that you get a trophy for, but he is helpful. Sells some good stuff. So you can see on the wall behind me there's 3 arrow points and there's a stone right in the middle there. Make sure you go around it, otherwise it will kill you. And grab the copper key. Right, now we're going to go and take him on, the demon. I'm going to want to look out for the manta rays in the sky all the time because they do shoot a green sort of spear at you, crystal spear type thing, and they do have some minimal tracking, so they will kind of follow you. It's not like arrows. They will kind of curve around to get you, so do keep an eye out for them in the sky. None around at the moment. So we're going to take this guy on. Soul Ray or Soul Arrow, it's up to you. So go close enough to get a lock on. Just close enough and then stop. So keep clicking R3 until you're locked on and then stop. And just keep hitting him. He's not going to move. So yeah, don't go any further. If you're a melee build, then unfortunately you're going to have to get in there and take him on. Or you can avoid him for now and just leave him. I'll show you the shortcut later on after we've killed him. So I'm just using a bit of spice here, because you can see that Soul Ray does use a lot of MP. It's I think it's about twice of Soul Arrow. So if you were to work it out, it's probably better to use Soul Arrow just, but it's quicker to use Soul Ray. So I'm going to switch to Soul Arrow now. So that does 118. So it's probably better to use Soul Arrow, the weaker of the two, and make sure you have the Crisp Blade out as well in your other hand. Get that extra damage in. Soul Arrow is enough to kill one of these things in the sky. So that's good enough. There's one just to the left. Grey Demon Soul, so make sure you grab that, but do not use it. This here is a random drop from the thing I killed in the sky before, so you might not have that. The soul there will be there for you, and as will this Killij, or whatever, that's however that's pronounced. Not a weapon we'll use. Just down here, I'm trying to get the angle, there it is, just, is the Crystal Lizard. We'll go around to get that momentarily, but yeah, don't let it get away from you like it does with me, because again, there's only a set amount of times they respawn, depending on how many bosses you've killed in the world. So I know there's definitely one round here. There's usually one round here. There he is. So you're going to see it fire at me. They kind of stop. Obviously your magic has a distance that it does stop. There, you can see it kind of curves to get you. There, and wait till it's close enough. It's best to get them when they're flying towards you, because it's a guaranteed hit then. If they're flying away, you're obviously less likely to hit them. Your shield will block 100% of the damage from one of those. It's just annoying to have them around, especially when later on we've got to carry on round the cliff face. The skeletons, and we don't want those things shooting at us. So if you can, kill them. They're also a good source of souls, obviously. 500 or so a piece. Watch out for the trap. I completely forgot about the trap. There's an illusionary wall here. It's not a dead end, so hit that. The reason I come this way is you've got the skeletons. You don't want to get trapped by them. So if you were to come the other way, which is the shortcut underneath, I will show you in a moment, those skeletons will do a pincer maneuver on you and both come at you, one from left, one from the right. Not good. So it's best to go that way if you don't need to use the shortcut. And that's why you use the copper key. It's to release this guy. And yeah, I'm just going to skip his dialogue here. Graverobber Blige. He sells some pretty good stuff. Not quite yet that he sells the Moonstone that we need. So we're going to come back to him. He will be right at the beginning of 4-2. Right, like literally next to the Archstone. So we'll buy some from him then. So just leave him now. He's free now. He'll move to another area after this. So I'm just looking on the left hand side. No, I don't know why I did that there. So you would come this way. I'm going to show you where the connection is. So that other illusionary wall is here. That's where we hit it, where that skeleton was waiting on the stairs, and up above us was the other one. So we came and hit this wall and just walked off. So yeah, you couldn't come down this way, run all the way, and then you'd come out here, and there would be a skeleton to the left and one to the right. And then you'd come through here, and then you'd skip the demon, basically. It's a way to skip him, but he's easy enough, especially if you're ranged like we are. It doesn't even aggro. 2 skeletons up here, 1 melee, 1 with a bow and arrow. Try and get the melee one to come towards you. I'm just saving MP at this point, letting it build back up. No need to use it. So yeah, you can see there one of the wind up hits can stagger you quite easily. There is a red-eyed skeleton to the left, a black skeleton, so watch out for that. He doesn't aggro straight away, so don't worry. There he is. Yeah, I tried doing a bit of magic. I'd used the weakest one on him. I'm just trying to preserve MP at this point because you don't need to use it. These guys can really hurt though, so do watch out if you try and melee. You're going to see it all go wrong in a moment. They're very quick as well, so that amount of health there, you'd think you'd be able to finish them by the time they hit you, but that is not correct. Very quick, so watch out. And the shield that we're picking up here, just on the this body here, is the Adjudicator's shield. It's not a bad shield. It doesn't absorb all damage, but what it does do is health regen, similar to the sword we're using. It will regen health over a time. Slowly, obviously, but yeah, it does do it, but it doesn't absorb all damage, so you'd just be taking chip damage and healing it all the time. It's up to you. If you want to use it, you want to try it, go for it. I'll stick with this one for now. Grab a few items here. Cloudstone Shard. Cloudstone, if you're wondering, is for shields. It you use it to make like we're using a heater shield. So if we used Cloudstone to upgrade it, you would get a dark heater shield, which would block more damage, block more magic damage, should I say. It is something we might actually do. We can upgrade the shield. The one we have, if you upgrade it normally with using hard stone, it will just absorb more. You'll get staggered less, basically, when you get hit. It's harder to break the shield, so just watch out for that trap. But it might be more beneficial for us to actually go down the magic route this time. So I'm going to experiment with that. Probably beginning of the next one, and just check it's actually worth doing before we invest it, because we can get the pure Cloudstone at the end of this world, at the end of Shrine of Storms. So I think it might actually be worth it, and it means we can go back and forth with somebody using magic and not worry as much when we're using the shield. It will double the shield, the magic protection for the shield. So we'll give it a go. More of these guys. Yeah. The reason I'm mentioning that is I don't usually upgrade shields. It's don't rely on them too much. As long as they can block damage, it's not too bad. And this one does 100%, so it's fine. Yeah, so I'm just getting this skeleton to follow down. You don't need to press circle to climb. Just walk into something you can climb, and you will climb it. I'm going to bring him down here and completely miss twice. The reason I'm drawing him away is that there's a couple of those manta rays in the sky. And yeah, it's just a pain dealing with skeleton and those guys at the same time. Thought I'd be clever and try and get the last hit with melee, but that did not work at all. We're going to go round, so watch out. Keep your shield up whenever you walk around here. And watch out, there is another skeleton. There is a couple of these guys. It's going to just miss, just out of range. So you're going to have to wait for him to come back round. Here he comes. So again, it is always best to hit these guys as they're coming towards you. Shield up. And dead. So yeah, just get rid of them. So I'm not wanting to use my magic here, just trying to preserve MP. But you can, if you want to, just use it and use some spice. You just have to rebuy some. Got unlucky and ran out of stamina on the last hit there. Bladestone Shard. Yeah, so we do need the infamous pure Bladestone. That is from one skeleton at the beginning of 4-2. We're not going to farm it yet. We'll farm it once we actually do 4-2. Yeah. We're going to have to do some farming. Get it out of the way. It didn't actually take that long. In the original game, it took me a good couple of hours, at least 2-3 hours. On this one, probably about half an hour. So I don't know whether I was lucky or they've changed the drop rate. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. So go through the fog, go up here, and we're going to go all the way back to the start for the item right at the beginning that was on the opposite side of the wall that we saw. But for that, we want to go down here. This is a ring, so you need to get this. Graverobber's ring. Not a ring we'll ever use. And then you want to go over here. So this is where this crystal lizard is. So don't probably just leave that item and run for the crystal lizard. So you're going to see it in a second. So I've gone round. Yeah, it got alerted while I was messing around with the camera showing you where I was. And I missed it. It's fine, it happens. But yeah, just go straight for the crystal lizard. Obviously, watch not to fall off. That's where we were. That's the start of the area when we looked over that wall. And it is a ring that, so make sure to grab that ring. The Regenerator's ring does what the Adjudicator's shield does. It slowly gives you health back. Yeah, the other rings we have are better, so leave them on. Watch for the trap. And then there is a black skeleton here. Kill him how you want. Magic is probably best if you can do it from a distance. As he's coming upstairs, he will more than likely do the double-handed swipe and try and hit you from a distance as he comes past, like that. Which gives you a perfect chance for a back stab. Just step around him. Yeah, again, with the 3 hits there. Got short. So the boss, that fog down there is the boss fog. Soul remains I haven't explained as well. Useless. You throw them at an enemy and then enemies go after the enemy. Yeah, great, okay. Yeah, not something we'll ever use. So make a backup save here because there is a special trophy for this boss as well. I'm not going to bother doing it this time, but do it if you're worried about it. And yeah, very, very easy boss, this guy. So it's a weird one as well. He's going to tweet at you. You're going to hear, you might not hear it in this video, or you might. Just before he's going to hit you with a tongue, he's going to make a little tweeting noise. There is a yellow bird on his head. And when he makes the tweet, quickly go forward, hit it with a spell, and roll back. And just keep doing that. That's literally it. So the trophy we're getting here is One Shall Stand, which is for killing the Adjudicator without him falling over. Usually what you do to kill this guy is go down and hit a wound in his belly. Hit it enough and he'll fall over. And then you can go for the bird on the head that way. Yeah, so we're just going to do it with magic. If you're a melee build, you're going to have to either use the catalyst if you've got enough magic. That was a bit of a bad one. So yeah, do watch out. He can hit you through the top, so that's why you have to keep backing away. Or use a bow and arrow. But yeah, you can't go down and keep hitting him in the wound to get him to fall over, because that's what the trophy's for. You need to hit him from the top, like we are doing. So yeah, listen for the tweet, and then spell, back away. If you get greedy, you'll see what happens in a moment. Yeah, make sure you got the crisp blade out as well for that extra magic damage. Yeah, that one missed. Mind you don't fall in as well. There is a way to get back up. Yeah, I got greedy then because I knew the next kill was going to kill him. But there we go. Adjudicator down. And then One Shall Stand for him literally not going down. And then you can use the stairs down here to safely get down. Or back up if you need to. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, of course we need those. And there is a soul down here as well. Couldn't remember which corner it was at the time, but I knew it was here. And that's it. That's 4-1 done basically. So there's the Archstone. Touch it and you'll get the Swollen Demon Soul, which is obviously his soul. I was just about to go back, but then I decided I will go and buy some dark Moonshadestone. I always get them mixed up. So many different types of stone. Moonshadestone is the one we need. So this is actually 4-2 I'm going into here. We're not going to go and do it yet. I'm just going grabbing something. So some soul remains. Yeah, I'm not going to use those. Yeah, so purchase some Moonshadestone. I've put question marks there. Depends on how many you got from lizards, crystal lizards. You need a minimum of 4. So I already have 3. I'm just going to grab a few. So there they are. So 3,000 a piece. They are pretty expensive. But I'm just going to grab a few because we do need them. Probably going to get them from drops anyway. But just get a minimum of 4 for now, so you're up to the same level as I am. And if you do have a chunk, if you manage to get a chunk, we're lucky enough to get a drop of a chunk, then feel free to grab some more so you're able to do the next upgrade after this one. So I'm going to go back to the Nexus. Could have just gone straight to 2-1, which is where we need to do the upgrade. But I was just going to check, definitely this guy couldn't do them, which he cannot. And repair, because I always do. And upgrade, but he can't do it, you see. He can do the heater shield for a bit, and then we need to take it. We need to take it to the other guy in 2-1. So we'll go and do that once we've dropped everything off with Stockpile Thomas. Again, upgrade materials can all be left here. They'll come straight out of your inventory from here. So no need to take them with you. Make sure to drop the 2 boss souls. You don't want to be carrying those around. And the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. You won't need those either. So drop the 2 boss souls. Anything else you don't think you'll need. All the upgrade materials. And then any weapons you're not going to use. Didn't get any armor pieces that time. Should have 11 rings up to this point. Another 19 to go. And we're going to go back to Stonefang Tunnel to Smithing Grounds. And see the other smith there to upgrade the sword. Probably should have edited that. That was quite a long loading screen actually. Not usually that long, but yeah, it's definitely better on the PS5. I don't have to do half as much removal of loading screens. Just leave them in for what it's worth. So yeah, speak to this guy. He's going to upgrade the sword. There, Crescent. So we want to get it to +2. It's going to do more damage. So yeah, you can see we need 4. I've got 7. So if we go back into it, you need 6 and 1 chunk for the next upgrade. Yeah, I didn't get a chunk, unfortunately. There are places we can definitely get them later. And you can farm them as well. So we will get them eventually. Don't need them yet. But +2 is good enough for now. And yeah, that's basically all we're going to be doing in this video. We're just going to do the usual bit of tidying up here. We're going to go and do some leveling. And then go and kill ourselves. And that's it. So if you want to leave now, you can. But yeah, if you want to see what upgrades I do, just 1 point in each for now. Want to get intelligence to 18 so we get that extra slot. And magic is obviously what we need to. And then we're going to come back and put one in vitality as well. I only need a little bit more there, so I'm just going to crack a few souls to get the extra. These unknown warrior souls here are 200. So I'm just going to use 4 of those. Quick maths. Yeah, vitality. Probably stop at vitality around 20 once we get there and just go higher on magic then. And yeah, that's it. So run up here. Jump off, kill yourself, and I'm just going to show where your world tendency should be up to. You should just have a little tinge of yellow to each world apart from the first one now. And yeah, that's you should be on track. Right, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.